Former camgirl and wannabe journalist Alyssa Mercante is now threatening to sue YouTubers who talk about her. Welcome back to Words Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol, and who knows, maybe your boy will be so lucky as to be on the chopping block of Kotaku and Alyssa Mercante. We're gonna get into this article. Before we do, hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I bring you nerdy news every day, and considering she is so tied to what's going on with Gamergate 2 of the games industry, Kotaku, and of course this is happening to my boy Hypnotic, who I'm sure you all know and love. Yeah, this had to be discussed. And also, I just want to throw this out here. I just want to say off the cuff that thanks to Hypno for sharing me this information. This is going to be a good one because Alyssa, of course, has me blocked and has for months now. I'm just going on go off some screenshots, and I've got the original tweets from Hypno here, and then some screenshots for the Alyssa Mercante situation. Guys, this is quite beautiful because anybody who has gone through any sort of legal battles, I've gone through multiple, some of them actually including defamation, so I understand a little bit about the topic here, should know that she has no grounds to talk about defamation, no grounds to talk about a lawsuit. I mean, yes, this is America. Everyone is litigious about everything. You can try and sue for basically whatever you want. But I can already tell you with like 99% assurance she has zero case, and we'll get into why that is. But first, let's figure out what's going on from the get-go. So here's what Hypno had to say. He's responding to Alyssa, and we'll get into Alyssa's tweet here in a moment. Lol, you unblocked me just to threaten me with a lawsuit. By all means, go for it. But you're going to have to sue the thousands of YouTubers reporting on you as well. Alyssa, what up? Name's Leon. Check me out. Feel free to give it a try. Or you could just, come on the Countercast or come on Saturday Night Hypnosis and we could have an actual dialogue, because that's what we've been asking about for a long time now. But you would rather, make fun of us behind blocks and pretend you have any sort of modicum of an idea of what we're referring to, miscategorize our arguments, go on and so forth. So, yeah, there's always the case for civil discourse. But, yeah, something tells me you're just going to try and go the lazy, ratty, litigious route. I'm still willing to invite you for, here it is, civil discourse on my show if you'd like to curse me out live. Also, I have a real job, a real hobby, and a real life well enough that you feel the need to sue this loser. Lol. Now what's this in response to? See, here's what Alyssa had to say. If you had a real job, hobby, life, and understood journalism even 0.5%, which to me, Alyssa, this is how we know that you are a journalist, and I use that word very loosely in the modern age, but a journalist and not a lawyer, if you think that there's an actual lawsuit that could possibly come of this in your favor. So anyway, if you 0.5%, you know you've been making near constant defamatory statements about me. Look out for a legal letter, ugly. Even in your attempt to threaten legal action, you couldn't help but throw in some barbs and insults, calling someone ugly when you look like this. I don't know, man. Like, even if Hypno was, it looked like he was hit by 2 trucks, the pot's really calling the kettle black here. And since neither of you guys are actually black, I find that to be racist. So, Alyssa, you are quite the bigot. But, yeah, it goes on. There's a little bit more to this. Lol, I love the disingenuous nature of simps who love herpes. So, wait, a journalist from Kotaku is allowed to talk about me all they want from behind a block, attack gamers all they want from behind a block, but a YouTuber can't make a few videos talking about said person's effect. And that was what initially got the response from Alyssa that we just read. Alyssa then goes on to say, also, the irony of complaining that I talk about you from behind a block when you wear a fucking LED mask and hide your face, it's giving, coward. Don't hate on the mask. It's a beautiful thing. Well, first of all, the LED mask is a beautiful thing. It also absolutely proves that Alyssa does in fact watch the show. We've been saying for ages, we've been saying for weeks, days, months that Alyssa watches the show. How would you know if Hypno wears the LED mask if he didn't watch the show? I mean, homie only puts the mask on once he hits the super chat goal, which he does every single night, by the way, for the last 52 days in a row. I believe it's 52 by the time you're seeing this. Homie has hit his $300 super chat goal every single night, which is probably, if I had to guess, far more money than Alyssa's making working at Kotaku. I mean, Alyssa talks all the time about how she doesn't get paid enough at Kotaku, how she needs to go back to being a cam girl, yet in every single photo that she posts, she's holding a drink. So, either you get paid better than you're letting on, or you're just blowing all your money on some of that Tennessee loopy juice, in which case, you might be an alcoholic. Allegedly, I don't know. I'm just going off of what I see on your posts. It's worth questioning how much you love the drink. So, anyway, the mask itself, super cool. The fact is, you watch the show because he doesn't put it on to the last 30 minutes of the show, give or take. So you'd have to be watching for the first hour and a half, 2 hours before it even gets to it. Also, Who cares if he wears a mask? Like Slipknot, Kiss, like so many famous musicians, Buckethead, Bagface, sorry, Bagface is a different YouTuber, but Buckethead, Deadmau5, Marshmello, so many famous personalities, usually in the music industry, but personalities in general, have face coverings or use avatars. Like, that's a super common thing. The entire band, the Gorillaz, is an animated fake band. Like, it's a marketing gimmick. It's something iconic. Like, when someone brings up Hypnotic on YouTube, you know who they're talking about because he's got a very distinctive look to him. He's got a very, hey, when you look at that logo, when you look at that cutout that he uses in his photos, that's Hypnotic. And even if like people that aren't necessarily afraid of showing their faces, like take Aaron Hansen, for example. Aaron Hansen went for years by the name Ego Raptor, you know, back when he was doing Game Grumps, back when he was rapping. Like, Aaron Hansen had no qualms with showing his face, but he still went by a pseudonym on the internet. That's just a common thing to do. How many people, you know, again, Critical Drinkers, again, he has absolutely no qualms with showing his face, but the Critical Drinker is a character he plays. Like, I don't understand the idea that you consider him a coward or think that he needs to hide behind a mask when he's doing a very common marketing gimmicky thing. Like, yeah, I go by my name, but you guys think Idol is my last name? Leon might be my real name, but Idol's certainly not my last name. No, I'm a fan of Billy Idol. I want to show out the love for Billy Idol. Back when I owned my own business, it was also a reference to you know, Billy Idol, one of Billy Idol's albums. I owned a business called Cyberpunk Productions. Like, again, we're talking about the idea that you must be a coward to not show your face or not use your real name or whatever it is absolutely baffling to me. It's hilarious, but Hypno goes on to respond, and I want to take the moment to say that I agree with this, and I'm going to echo this sentiment. I've gone ahead and blocked the Kotaku journalist. Now, I, on the other hand, I've not blocked Alyssa. Alyssa blocked me, but I've not blocked her. At any point she wants to unblock and have a dialogue, we can absolutely have that dialogue. I mean, I know that day will never come because she's a slimy, you know, scared, cowardly individual. But that being said, if that day were to ever come and she wants to try and prove your boy wrong, there's no block on my end. Anyway, Hypnotic says, I've gone on to block the Kotaku journalist. The reason for this is quite simple. I'm performing the same tactics she did to me and many others on this platform. If she surpasses the block and continues to pursue me, then this is indeed a targeted attempt and will be treated as such. If y'all want to play them games about targeted harassment, then you better get used to the repercussions when we would do the same thing back to you. Because that's our side for so long. No, we're going to do things the right way, the noble way. We're going to be vigilant. We're not going to hide. We're going to play the game fair and square, not play dirty like these Kotaku journalists, like all these on what we would consider the left, you know, these far leftists. Nah, that ain't gonna work anymore. You know, if whatever links they're willing to go to saying something illegal like doxing or whatever, yeah, you know what, go through them as well. Block them, you know, stream snipe them, get the info you need, do whatever, because who cares? If they're willing to do it to you, what do you have to gain by taking the upper hand, the higher ground, you know, the moral grandstanding? I used to be one of those individuals that thought, you know what, no, we're gonna win this war, we're gonna do it by being better than them. Yeah, why? What does that really get us in the long run? Like I've very much changed over the last year and a half of being on YouTube to the point where I don't really care about taking the high road so long as we're not the first to take the low road. Once they do it, fair is fair. Isn't that how it works, Kotaku journalists? Your public website, Kotaku, will still be utilized under fair use for content creation on my channel as we discuss topics of the day every day. And you know what? If there's something worth talking about on Kotaku, which is a big ask, every now and again you find something. If there's something worth talking about on Kotaku, guess whose channel is also going to be using it? Ya boy. I use Kotaku pretty frequently, usually to dunk on them and make fun of them because they're the bastion of everything we love about modern day gaming journalism and what is wrong with the entire industry and the state of gaming as we know it. They're the perfect example. They are the archetype for what is wrong with the modern gaming industry. But yeah, at this point, like Kotaku, everyone knows they're a joke. If you're using their articles in a video, you're doing it for the lulz, you're doing it for the dunk section, you're just coming on like Kobe, just boom, dunking. You are free to use my videos for content if you so choose, under fair use laws as well. And again, do the same thing for me. Absolutely, you got all rights. Use every single Words of Paradise video you want to use. Go for it. Have a ball. Have fun. And you know what? This is the bitch of the bunch because in no way, shape, or form is there any sort of defamation going on. Because A, Kotaku is a public-facing company. Any articles we use, any assessments we make, any statements we make are all, they are, because they're public-facing, it's not like we're making defamatory accusations. The things that we say, like about Alyssa Mercante specifically, yeah, she's not any sort of public figure. Nothing that we say or do has defamed her in a way that's kept her from getting any sort of work that has damaged her reputation. The vast majority of the reputational damage, if any, has been self-inflicted. It's been individuals like me or like Hypnotic, or even people that are not content creators, people that are just gamers and have been following Kotaku and seen their steady decline, follow the online discourse, take a look at this individual and think, wow, what a sorry, sad loser who also isn't very good looking. That's not defamatory to say. Like, at no point are you losing job opportunities because of it. Or if you are losing those job opportunities, it's not like we were the reason for losing it. People have come to these conclusions on their own, and they're coming to videos like mine, like Hypnotics, like Classic K's, like Geeks and Gamers, like Neurotic, like whoever may be covering this stuff at any given point. They're coming to our videos for validation and or for information. Information that we say all the time may or may not be correct because, you know, stories are ever-changing, always unfolding. Basically, we're doing what you do. We're doing journalism. We're doing it with the same level of snark. We're doing it with the same level of fun. The only difference is we get to have a giggle when we do it, and we can take jokes. We can roll with the punches. I don't think you understand what defamation is. As somebody that's actually gone through a defamation, let's just say scenario so that I don't get too far into it. As someone who's gone through something that has to do with defamation, you don't understand how difficult it really is to actually win a defamation case. I can tell that for sure, because when you post right here, when you say near constant defamatory statements about me, look out for the legal letter, I guarantee you what that means is you're going to send a cease and desist. Hope that means that Hypnotic is going to bow and cry and kowtow and stop because he doesn't understand that a legal cease and desist is the lawyer equivalent of a Karen saying stop this because I'm upset, and then you hope he will quit, which he won't, because a cease and desist means absolutely nothing. And then, again, can you even afford a lawyer? I'm going to call your bluff and say that you can't even afford the lawyer, or if you can't afford the lawyer, you can't afford the long drawn-out lawsuit that will come with it, because you know there's no chance of winning. No actual defamation has happened. You are not in any sort a well-known public-facing figure enough, who's got enough clout, whose name carries enough cachet for any of what we've said to actually matter. In fact, if what we said actually mattered, you would have already suffered repercussions from what we said, which you, if we're going by what your Facebook or your Twitter posts say, you haven't. You talk about how this doesn't get to you, how you just block, you move on, you laugh, you think we're silly little trolls. If anything, you've shown that in the face of the adversity of the online trolls like myself, Hypnotic, and all the rest, that you're doing just fine. Well, if you're doing just fine, then you weren't defamed, because part of defamation is that there has to actually be damages. But again, supposedly you're a journalist. You wouldn't know that because, you know, you got no sense of the legal standard. And again, journalist is using it very lightly. Let's be real, you're a cam girl that knows how to, write. You're a cam girl that understands basic sentence structure, and that's really the most we can hope out of modern day journalism, especially from sites like Kotaku. But again, prove me wrong, Alyssa Girly. I want to know what you had to think, but I also want to know what you guys watching have to think, so let me know in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word, and please do subscribe. I am a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, not always about Alyssa Mercante or Gamergate 2, but when my boy is under attack, when our entire section of the internet's under attack, that's what we got to cover, because, well, frankly, it's just fun. I say under attack, but, like, it's the equivalent to someone shooting spitballs at you in a middle school classroom. It's really more just annoying and kind of comical, as long as it doesn't, as long as nobody puts, like, I don't know, acetone in the spitballs or something. So, yeah, this has been a great one. Hit that subscribe button. Check me out on Instagram at wordsparadise_Leon. And become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord. Choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis. Let me know what videos you want me to react to on my live streams. And just join the ever-growing and flowing community that is the Vital Idols. All opinions and differences of opinion welcome, because that's how you build community. We're over 50 members strong, and I know you would love to be there. Until next time, it's all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.